It has been almost 4 years since the release of Mortal Kombat 11 on April 23rd of 2019. And throughout this long wait, fans have been left wondering, what is NetherRealm Studios' next game? Most commonly, people are wondering, is it possibly Injustice 3 or is it Mortal Kombat 12 or even something else? So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down all the clues and all the information that has been given to us to determine what that game will be, as well as everything we know about that game thus far. Thanks for joining me, let's get to it. Let's tackle the big question right out of the gate. Are we getting Mortal Kombat 12, Injustice 3, or something else entirely? I think we can safely rule out anything else. Ed Boon has stated that he doubts MK vs DC2 will ever happen. And although he'd love to make a horror fighting game, that seems very unlikely to be next. In fact, I think we know for sure it comes down to one of two options. Based on this tweet from Ed Boon, where he was asked for a hint on their next game, he straight up says Injustice 3 or Mortal Kombat 12. Now, which of those two is it going to be then? Well, we've got some more tweets from Ed that I feel heavily imply it's going to be Mortal Kombat 12. One thing I've noticed is he tweets much more often about MK related things than he does Injustice related things. Clearly the fan demand is higher for Mortal Kombat. Hell, MK has been trending almost every single week for months now. Let's take a look at how he answers questions in regards to Injustice 3 versus Mortal Kombat 12. For Injustice 3, he replies back as if he hopes to make Injustice 3 someday. He emphasizes if they get to make Injustice 3. And when dealing with the character's inclusion, if he gets a say in it. This implies that it has yet to even be made, at least to any substantial degree. Perhaps they started work on it following Mortal Kombat 11, sticking to their usual pattern, switching off from MK to Injustice each game, but with the recent merger of Discovery and Warner Brothers, and now the shakeup of leadership at Warner Brothers Discovery, I imagine that put everything Injustice 3 related up in the air for the time being, thus the pivot to MK12. This theory is further bolstered by articles dating back to August of 2021 that state as much has been the case from inside sources, which of course can't be confirmed, but with the surrounding evidence feels plausible. Conversely, when talking about Mortal Kombat 12, he answers more definitively, as if it's already been done and we just need to stay tuned for the go-ahead to release that information. He also mentioned the 3D era situation as being something they'll soon fix. Soon can be a bit subjective, but I can't imagine soon would apply to something 3 or 4 years down the line, and even goes as far as to state pretty confidently that you're going to see 3D era characters return in MK12, acknowledging its existence as well as very confidently answering other character demands like Reptile, all of which we'll get into further in the video. So I think we can safely expect NRS's next game to be Mortal Kombat 12. That then begs the question, what do we know about Mortal Kombat 12? Do you like Mortal Kombat? Are you a Mortal Kombat fan? Well then, we're Mortal Kombat fans here, and we'll teach you all the things about Mortal Kombat, the lore, the gameplay, histories of the characters. We cover it all. We'll do it in short videos like this, and we'll do it in longer podcasts. Whatever you prefer, we cover it all, and we've been doing it for over 8 years. So just subscribe, hang around for a bit. Now let's get to the things we know about Mortal Kombat 12. As for what we know about Mortal Kombat 12, there have been some rumblings that Mortal Kombat 12 will feature a new engine. This was first rumored back in September of 2021, sparked from a job listing for NRS. Specifically, the listing asked for developers who can work on extending the functionality of an engine based on Unreal Engine 4. So it's very possible we see a new engine for Mortal Kombat 12 debuting on the current gen consoles. We also know that the reveal for Mortal Kombat 12 will likely happen by sometime in May, as Ed gave the within the next 6 months time frame quote back in December. He also alluded to 2023 being the release year for the game. Ed has also gone on record saying that MK12 will likely not have any minigames. I imagine by minigames it means the likes of puzzle combat or chess combat, though it's possible he means more along the lines of test your might or test your luck. Would that mean no conquest mode? No, not exactly, because Ed Boon did say he's interested in a new conquest-like mode. We know that it's unlikely that we'll see variations return for Mortal Kombat 12 based on Ed Boon's comments in a recent interview from October of 2022. We also know that a character in the game has the first initial of L, which for Mortal Kombat would mean one of two characters, Liu Kang or Li Mei, unless of course they make a new character. We know that MK12's story will pick up where MK11's left off, so expect some sort of follow-up or continuation to what Aftermath left us with, rather than just a complete hard reboot that doesn't acknowledge 11 in any way. We know that it is unlikely to be an Armageddon 2 situation, however, as Ed has stated that is unlikely. It's very possible that something of that scale, roster-wise especially, just isn't feasible these days. We also know that Ed has been looking into a way to have previous guest characters possibly return for Mortal Kombat 12. I'd say it's fairly likely that guest characters will be of the horror variety, as Ed was adamant that more will be coming in future MK games. Pinhead being one of the names that's been tossed around a lot over the years, so perhaps he's possible. Michael Myers and Ash Williams, on the other hand, are ones they've tried getting unsuccessfully thus far. Will that change in MK12? It remains to be seen. We know that 3D era representation will be in MK12, and possibly more than what we've previously been getting, as they look to fix the perception that they dislike those characters. Ed's gone as far as to say that currently he's more hyped up about Reiko than he is Shao Kahn. And lastly, there's been a smattering of character requests so far that have gotten through on Ed Boon's Q&As, which Ed Boon has been giving various non-committal answers for. Reptile's chances seem good, Reiko, Tremor, and Tanya's as well, though hard to say for sure. Whereas on the flip side, Draman might be our first deconfirmed character. And there you have it. You're all caught up on everything we currently know about NetherRealm Studios' next game. And once Mortal Kombat 12 is announced, it's going to get crazy. I expect information daily, if not weekly, and I will make sure you stay informed on all things Mortal Kombat 12. So stick around.